Hit that thumbs up button if you love that the Seattle Seahawks are the number 1 seed in the NFC, because, boy, we kind of get to kick our feet back and really rest and relax while a lot of other teams are preparing for one of the most brutally mentally taxing weekends of the National Football season in the National Football League. This is Seahawks Today. I am your host, Will Ortner, and we got to get into our mailbag. You guys have some questions. I've got some answers on today's video, and we're going to start off with Seahawks Lover, not my burner account, believe it or not. I know that's my picture, not my burner account. I might have to call someone, maybe the proper authorities. Is it weird that I want the Seahawks to play the 49ers again? No, Seahawks Lover, I don't necessarily think that is weird, although I do always want ill will to happen to San Francisco. But I think the Seahawks showed what a good job that they can do when it comes to attacking this San Francisco defense. They clearly have a stronger rushing attack than the defense of the San Francisco 49ers has stopping that rushing attack. And I think that while the Seahawks only won that game 13-3 in Week 18, it was very clear that if the Seahawks had capitalized on more opportunities, or frankly, if the Seahawks really wanted to, they could have put up a lot more points than they officially did in that one. So, yes, I would not hate playing San Francisco again. It would be fun to really crush the souls of 49ers fans and really end their season. It is important to note, though, there's some rumors that Fred Warner might be back, so be careful what you wish for on that one. Speaking of the 49ers and hating them, join us tomorrow. We are going to have our watch party. It's going to be a hate watch party. What does that mean? Basically means that I'm going to be calling the game, Searle's going to be hanging out, and we are going to hang out with you guys, basically rooting for the downfall of the 49ers. We do not want them to have nice things. We don't want the 49ers to win their game against the Philadelphia Eagles. We want them to be crying at home, grabbing the golf bags, dusting off whatever they do in the winter time, because their season is over. Who knows? Maybe they're getting their tickets to go down to Cancun. Come on, hang out with us. We'll have a grand old time. Same sort of watch party that we normally do. Mike Nintendo Master, look at you ending up on the video today. Good to see you. A Chat Sports Real One. What are the chances that Walker gets traded in the offseason? Well, there's no real trade value for him right now because he, frankly, is not under contract. Now, it would be weird to see the Seahawks do some sort of sign-and trade that's more of an NBA move. I think there is a real opportunity for Kenneth Walker to make some good money. I don't know that he put himself into that running back tier 1 or tier 2 type of money. Frankly, I want him back in Seattle because I think he fits the run scheme that they want to do here, which is have a power back, have a shiftier speed back, and Kenneth Walker is that speed back. And he's done actually a really good job as the season has gone on of understanding what his role is, how the offense is going to be blocked up front, and where to find the holes. So to me, I would really, really want Walker back in Seattle in the offseason. Alex! What's going on, sir? People are saying Harbaugh may come and replace Kubiak. What are your thoughts on that? I would love that. Not happening. It's just, unfortunately, not going to happen. John Harbaugh will be a head coach in the NFL year of 2026. The question is just where. Obviously, Mike McDaniel just got fired on Thursday. As you look around the league as well, clearly the New York Giants, they really want Harbaugh over there coaching their team as well. Harbaugh will not be taking an OC job. McDaniel, that might be someone who would take an OC job. I'd be very interested in getting him if Kubiak did move on. In fact, I might be interested in getting him if Kubiak doesn't move on. That's how highly I think of Mike McDaniel. But Harbaugh, unfortunately, will not be in Seattle. Ben Johnson, what's going on? If the Seahawks go to the Super Bowl, who do you think is the scariest opponent they could face? Well, from a pure quarterback standpoint, it's Josh Allen. If the Buffalo Bills get to the Super Bowl, it kind of feels like they would be a team of destiny. It kind of feels like they would be in a position where he could really take that Super Bowl victory that's been eluding him for so long. So I'll tell you right now, from a quarterback perspective, it would be Buffalo and Josh Allen. From a pure team perspective, it's probably the Denver Broncos. I think very highly of Bo Nix. Sean Payton has been there, done that. He's won a Super Bowl before, so none of this would come as a shock to him. And they have a really freaking good defense over there as well. Now, the reason why I wouldn't say it's the Houston Texans is because Seattle have already beat the Houston Texans. Where when you look at the Broncos, it's a defense that's pretty close to being on par with them, with what I would say right now at least is a better playing quarterback, a better offense, and you have a coach who has won a Super Bowl before. So to me, if you're talking from a pure player standpoint, Josh Allen would scare me the most because he's probably the best player, or at least the most important player at the most important position left in the NFL playoffs, with Mahomes obviously not being in, Lamar not being in, and the rest, Joe Burrow not being in, the rest of the crew. But I would say with Josh Allen, Buffalo doesn't scare me as much as a team. The Broncos scare me as a team. It'll just be interesting if Bo Nix can get them there. Make sure that you come on in and hit that sub button. Right now, we are closing in on Dolphins today. We really want to catch up to them. We also want to catch up to 80,000 subscribers. It is so close. It's within our grasp. Hit that sub button if you love the Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold's biggest fan. Shout out to his mom for tuning in to the show. Clearly not a big fan of Rasheed Shaheed. Is it wrong to say that I am disappointed with Shaheed so far this season? I don't think that it's wrong to say that you are disappointed with Rasheed Shaheed and what he has done this season for the Seattle Seahawks, but I would say that it's important to note that, frankly, I thought he would do more in that wide receiver position and in that wide receiver room. In fact, I'm a little disappointed right now in what he has done as a receiving threat. Now, when I want to talk about what he's done in the punt return game and in the kick return game, I'm clearly not disappointed. The guy's an absolute stud. He's been playing lights out this year. And so I know that he can play that same way when it comes to the wide receiver position. So to me then, is it Shaheed? Is it Sam Darnold? Is it Klint Kubiak? Probably a combination of all three. Sam Darnold needs to do a better job of getting the ball to Shaheed. Klint Kubiak needs to do a better job of calling plays that get Shaheed open. And then Shaheed needs to do a better job of making sure that he is seen when he is open down the field. I also think it's important to note the defenses are doing a better job of playing too high so he can't beat them open deep. That's also why you're seeing that rushing attack do a lot better. So I might be disappointed, but I'm not really disappointed in Shaheed as an individual person. I'm more so disappointed in the position that the Seahawks are in right now and not really taking advantage of a major skill set that their wide receiver has. Are you disappointed with Shaheed? Yes or no? Let me know down below in the comment section. And don't be afraid to really voice your opinion. Yes, because Shaheed should have done X, Y, Z. Or no, because I don't think it is fully Shaheed's fault. Let me know down below in the comment section. Make sure that you turn on your notifications as well for Seahawks Today. That way you never miss a Seahawks video whenever we have one come out to you. Got a couple more questions that I want to answer here on the back end. But before we do that, I need to let you know about my good friends over at Rocket Money. Everyone at this point has kind of heard my spiel. I'm very excited to go traveling in the summer. In fact, I got some really cool summer plans. And to be able to do those, I needed to start saving money. Thank goodness I found Rocket Money to help me do that. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money helped me track some of my subscriptions. What do you know? I was double paying for a couple of streaming services, unfortunately for me. So Rocket Money helped me find those double pays and cancel those extra subscriptions that I didn't need and save me some extra money that immediately went right in to that travel budget. Thank you, Rocket Money, for helping me out with that. Now, what Rocket Money is also helping me do is a budget for my vacation later on this summer. So each month I'm setting a spending goal, and you know me, I'm a goal-driven person, trying to make sure that I hit those goals and save a little bit of extra money on the side that I can keep putting in to those budget plans for that trip and for those vacations. Thank you so much to Rocket Money for helping me be able to do that. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/SeahawksChat. That's rocketmoney.com/SeahawksChat. rocketmoney.com/SeahawksChat. Shout out to Rocket Money. Thank you so much. Jalen! What up, sir? People still doubt the Hawks. What more do we need to do to silence the haters? Well, I would tell you right now, there's not a whole lot more that the Seahawks necessarily need to do to silence the haters. What I would say is that there's going to be haters no matter what. The minute that the Seahawks lose, knock on wood, fingers crossed that they don't do that. If the Seahawks were to lose, it's instantly going to go back into you can't win a big game, you can't win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold. If the Seahawks are able to win the Super Bowl, guess what? The minute that there is trouble next year, people will attack the Seahawks. Just look at the Philadelphia Eagles this year. They just won a Super Bowl, and I've heard national media members say they need to fire Sirianni, that Jalen Hurts isn't really a quarterback, needs to be benched, A.J. Brown needs to be traded, that Kevin Patullo is an awful offensive coordinator, and that Tanner McKee should be the starter. Now, some of those things may end up being true, but it shows you that there is no grace period for a team in the National Football League. You either come in and perform at a high level, or you don't. And if you don't, then unfortunately you're going to get some haters. So hopefully we'll be drinking some haters' tears at the end of February when the Seahawks come out on top with a title victory. Thomas! If Klint Kubiak or Aden Durde depart, who should replace them? Well, with Klint Kubiak, number one would be Mike McDaniel. 100%. I don't know that he will be an offensive coordinator next year because I think there's a chance that he ends up being a head coach. But if he were to be willing to take an OC job, I would want him in Seattle tomorrow. I might want him in Seattle over Klint Kubiak. He does a great job with setting up the run game, making passes easy for his quarterback, and frankly, I think he would be a home run knock out of the park hire for the Seahawks. Aden Durde departs. I would promote someone from within. Justin Hines has done a fantastic job on that defensive line, really helping DeMarcus Lawrence find the fountain of youth. Uchenna Nwosu's been fantastic this year. Leonard Williams, Byron Murphy, great jobs so far this year. So those would be a person internally that I would love the Seahawks to potentially promote from within. I think Mike Macdonald would like to stay within on the defensive side at least. Don't be shocked if he goes outside if Klint Kubiak were to move on as OC. Xander, I believe in Sammy D and always have. Who else? Dude, I believe in Sam Darnold. I think he's a good enough quarterback to get us where we need to be, and I think he's a good enough quarterback to lead this team to a title. What'll be interesting to see here with Sam Darnold and the rest of the crew is he able to not turn the football over. If he doesn't turn the football over, I'm pretty excited about what this Seahawks team can do, and I'm pretty excited about the Seahawks team potentially getting a victory. JSN for life. Can Sam Darnold lead this team to a title? I think that's perfect. Xander would tell you yes. I think that I'd probably tell you yes. I think he's a good enough quarterback to do so. Now, is he going to be the main one driving the bus? No, he just frankly isn't. But he's a good enough quarterback and has good enough stats this year that we've seen him win big games. We know that he can win big games. We know that Sam Darnold is the type of quarterback, if he does the right things, this team can win a title. That's how freaking good he is. What scares me is the interception number. What scares me is the fumble number. He's had 20 turnovers so far this year. He cannot turn the football over at the rate that he has been in the NFL postseason if the Seahawks are going to come away with that Super Bowl title. He has to continue to throw the football the way he has been. We're getting a bunch of yards, getting into the end zone without turning the football over. If he's able to do so, boy, oh boy, do I feel pretty damn good about the Seattle Seahawks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the show today and getting your questions in. Always really appreciate that on our Thursday live shows here on the channel. Make sure that you hit that sub button and subscribe to Seahawks Today. We are closing in on 80,000 subscribers. Help us get there by hitting that sub button. What are you going to get? Free daily Seattle Seahawks content. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time.